A 15-year-old girl in the United Kingdom took her life after suffering from unexplained symptoms, including headaches, fatigue, and bladder problems. Her parents, however, believe the severe health issues were caused from electromagnetic hypersensitivity, also known as Wi-Fi allergy. Can someone really be allergic to Wi-Fi?
And joining us now to shed some light on this topic is Dr. Lisa Nagy, an expert in chemical electromagnetic sensitivity. And Dr. Nagy, thanks for joining us. Admittedly, when we heard about this story, producers reached out to me and said, who can we have on to be an expert? Because the truth is, this is a nascent field. A lot of us don't know much about it. Should we be worried? Is it real? Is it not real? But you're saying this is absolutely a real condition we need to pay attention to.
What I would like to explain is that it's excruciatingly uncomfortable syndrome, and it's caused by damage to the cells so that you can't tolerate cell phones, computers, sometimes Wi-Fi at school, fans, motors, things like generators or refrigerators, and it can give you bizarre symptoms. And basically, it's damaging the autonomic nervous system, and it's also damaging the cells and the membranes of cells. So by detoxification and improving the general health of the person, they will possibly resolve the electromagnetic sensitivity problem.
Dr. Nagy, I know not only are you a physician, but you also have suffered from this yourself. And so from, we all practice Western medicine, so it's kind of difficult for us to imagine how this comes about. But for someone at home who might be dealing with this, I read an article about a young lady who nobody really believed her, and she ended up, taking her life because she was allergic to the Wi-Fi at school. I mean, what are some signs and symptoms that you could be allergic to all of the electronic things that you have going on in your house?
So the cell phone could heat up in your hand. You could hand it to somebody else, it won't be as hot. Or the earbud will heat up in your ear. Or fluorescent lights bother you and give you a headache or make you feel uncomfortable. Or the mouse, when you use it, the hand will get cold or painful when you use the computer. And also computers make people fatigued and they cross their legs or pretzel their legs. The nervous system is damaged and it's not telling the veins in the legs to constrict. And this is causing then what's called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome.
I have a question. Let's just cut to the chase. How far away should our cell phones be from us? And how far away do you keep your electronic devices, knowing what you know and believing what you believe from a scientific standpoint?
The cell phone should not be touching your body. You should use a air tubing headset and plug it in and keep the phone a couple feet away when you drive or when you sit at the desk. Therefore, it's not conducting to the head.
So basically, the Bluetooth sets that everyone's wearing isn't really, that's not what you're saying. You're saying the old school type of headphones that you plug into your phone is healthier. Wow.
I'll tell you this, and this is very confusing for anyone watching. It's confusing for us. What I've been doing for a few years now, because look, everyone said, oh, don't worry about cell phones. They're fine. They don't cause any problems. I will openly admit that it's nowhere near me when I'm in bed. It's in another room. I do not leave this thing right next to my, the jewels. All these little things. I never talk on the phone like this. And this is before this new Wi-Fi sensitivity, electromagnetic hypersensitivity came about. So if we can take anything away, you don't have to understand the science. Dr. Nagy is one of the few who's actually looking into this. Wow. Just understand simple mechanism. Occasionally, like say you're on a flight and your cell phone is, just turn these things off from time to time, because if you can limit your exposure, right, Dr. Nagy, even if you don't have some formal diagnosis, you're doing yourself some good. Is that fair to say?
It is correct, but I would say the main thing is to forget to look at the environmental exposure. So it's usually mold and mycotoxins in the home. It damages your cells, and then you become sensitive to Wi-Fi and cell phones. Oh. So if you don't take a history and say if you have a musty basement, you're completely missing the whole point.
So beware of mold, beware of cell phones. What's really cool is we actually have a cave downstairs. We're all going to pile into it, and we'll be good. We're never going to leave. And Dr. Nagy, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Your help on this topic.
Wow.
Look, there are signals all around us right now. Think about it. They're everywhere. What are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
Don't know.
Don't put
if
your
it, in
router
fact,
in your
is-
kid's room.
I mean, is
there's
it
all these
affecting things on the cellular level? Can it, in fact, be making us sick?
Makes sense.
We don't
What's
know.
the answer, Drew? More Botox? Is that the answer?
Well, you know, I'm not going to worry too much about this electromagnetic stuff. Number one, I'm not addicted to my phone and those kind of things, but...
Well, I think it's
Something else
one to
is gonna
grow
get me
on. We need to
before
pay
that.
attention to it, and I think time will tell what is our true risk. We'll be right back.